Q&A. Fanmail. Lovely. Straight to the questions today. Voidwalker, you have stated that you don't drink alcohol, so when you are out with friends, family, and they are drinking, what do you usually order? I cannot remember the last time I was out with friends and family and anyone was drinking alcohol. Most of my friends and family don't. But I order root beer. Nerf and animation. What is your favorite mod for the Nerf Hammershot? I'm actually a big fan of the Orange Modworks kit. It's neat, it's metal. I also really like Silver Fox Industries hammers and triggers. Those are lovely. Gavin Fuzzy's 8-round cylinder is amazing. I wish I could print stuff that cleanly. I like the various extended barrels. Those are really cool. And I do like the stock attachment point, which, yeah, people have pointed out, just turns it into a low-capacity Lawbringer, but so much more comfortable. The Lawbringer is just horrific ergonomics. Will Reese. Would you try to do a mod with the Hedgehog and make arm-mounted scattershot? No. HC1219. Have you ever played the game Tabletop Simulator? No, but I may have to check it out now. Apparently there's a Carcassonne expansion. That would be neat. I think there is actually just a Carcassonne online, though. And I have a friend who keeps trying to get me to play it, but I prefer it in person. Royals Empire. Have you heard of gorillas? Yes? Of course I have. Do you like them? Yes, I do. What is your favorite song by them? Clint Eastwood. That takes me back to high school, man. Gustav, has Luchathor licked your play button yet? No, he and a number of the crew have made known their intentions to do so at the first opportunity, but Plague. Austin Black. If you could own and operate any giant robot from any movie, book, or TV show, what would it be? Probably an Imperial-class Titan. Because God Machine. Nefump 427. Will you ever do D&D storytime on here? Yeah, I could. I've got some fun D&D stories. I could start throwing those in the survey for storytime. Tribunal of the Imagination. What are your favorite meats, poultry that aren't the usual beef, pork, or chicken? Bison and elk and turkey. Sean Zon. Zon Mods. Zon Mods. Do you think a string action slam fire with a switch would be good for Busby and other blasters, particularly the Sentinel? String action? I assume you're using a string to actuate the trigger on... yeah, basically, that would be the Scavenger. Scavenger? I think it's Scavenger. It's either that or Scavenger. I'm pretty sure it's Scavenger, which isn't a word. The Scavenger has the switch that lets you switch between slam, fire, and not. And yeah, that would actually be neat in a Sentinel, because a Sentinel has a lot more power. I have no idea how you would make it work. Really, I think it would just be a matter of a string that pulls the trigger, and then just a switch that deactivates that. Yeah, give it a try. Let me know how it works. I hope I've got the focus on this thing worked out. Probably not. I think I figured out how to turn off the autofocus. I'm just not sure if I actually focused it. I can't tell with the little screen. Doesn't matter if I'm blurry. You're just going to be listening to this. Nem Jeff. Do you have plans to make your heavy pistol loadout shield bigger? Yes, I actually have a bigger sled to make it out of, right over there. A neat looking one. All I need to do is add a handle to it. But I haven't gotten around to it because I don't want to go to the hardware store because of Plague, and there aren't any events, so I'm not really in a big hurry because of Plague. Don Wilson. How do you join the auxiliary? This has actually come up quite a bit recently, what with the auxiliary NCO video I did on Wednesday. Links are down in the video description under Join the Auxiliary. We have a Facebook and a Discord. Technically, to join the auxiliary, all you have to do is want to join the auxiliary. If you actually want to get involved, then you go to those because that's where all of our announcements and all of the activity is taking place. Mr. Rad. You talked about making more proton packs, but if you could, would you make them in the Ghostbuster style? I've mentioned plans to do exactly that. So, yes? James Wright. Since you moved to your new place, have you become a rail enthusiast? Not really. I've always liked trains because trains are cool. And I love traveling by train, and I wish there was more of that in this country. And I wish there was a rail stop in my town because Amtrak goes right by, but there isn't a stop, which is tragic because otherwise I'd be taking the train to Portland and to Seattle and all over the place. But no, I mean, I enjoy that it goes by and that it rumbles in the distance and it's neat and saying train whenever a train goes by because you guys seem to love that. But I wouldn't really say that I've become a rail enthusiast, no. Barasta. What is your favorite zombie film? I don't have one. I don't like zombie films. They give me nightmares, which is just unpleasant. Yeah, there's a couple of reoccurring unpleasant dreams that I get, and zombies is one of them, and the xenomorphs from Aliens show up in some of them. But mostly it's zombie, and zombie movies, and if I watch a zombie movie, I will have nightmares about zombies that night, and it's just not fun. Halt Striker. Of all the crazy headgear you own, what is your favorite? Actually, I really like the Sultan hat. That's probably really high on my list of goofy and favorite ones. Is there headgear that you don't have that you really, really wish you did? Yes, I want a bishop's mitre. Somebody, send me a bishop's mitre. Preferably stolen from an actual bishop. Antukos the Mad God. Do you think running a sledge fire with only single-shot shells would be tactically a bad idea? Depends on how good you are with it. Obviously, there are better, more efficient options out there, but it's a fun loadout. I'm pretty sure I've seen people run it. The sledge fire singled can be fairly powerful, especially if you have a really long barrel on it, but if you just have single shells that you're actually swapping out, they're probably not going to be, the 2-foot brass or 1-foot brass barrels that can get you a significant amount of power, but they're still fairly powerful, but it's a really slow and cumbersome reload process. So, comparatively, compared to even just barrel loading, muzzle loading, it's going to be quite slow. So, tactically bad? I wouldn't call it bad, but definitely not optimal. Jolt King 627. Do you prefer the old 9-volt Lego trains or the newer battery-powered ones? I've only ever had the battery-powered ones, so I don't have an opinion on the old 9-volt, plug into the wall, turn the dial, train goes ones. Obviously, those have the advantage of not running out of battery power constantly. If you get rechargeable batteries, then that's less of an issue, but you do still have to then keep recharging them. I assume there was risk of, a kid stepping on both rails while the thing was turned on. I don't know if that's actually a risk or if the fact that it's only 9 volts prevents that from actually I would assume that is. Probably the track is a lot cheaper is really the big issue. But, yeah, I only have battery powered, and I don't know how much of it I have. I've got a fair amount of the track. I used to every year I'd build a Santa Claus and his reindeer train to go around our Christmas tree out of Lego, and that was fun. Donut Gaming. If you could have one 40k Terminator weapon, what would it be? Well, the armor, if that's not included in the question, but probably Stormbolter, a heavy Stormbolter, the arm-mounted one. Yeah. And finally, Ben Fultran, with 3 questions. 1. Using the Ezekiel half-dart kit, how easy would it be to get 200 or even 250 FPS out of a Stampede, and how would you go about doing that while retaining a good 40-ish dart per second? Well, anything's possible, we have spaceships, but I don't think that's really feasible. The Stampede's plunger tube just might not be big enough, and no amount of spring load is going to get you those kinds of numbers. Possibly. It is also possible that you could, I've heard of people going past 9 kilograms with a Stampede with the metal gears. I want to say I've heard people go as far as 12. I don't know if anyone's gone farther. They might have. I don't know every mod that's out there. But you'd probably, at that point, you might need a new motor. And I don't know of any motors off the top of my head that I've seen. I've heard of them, but I've never acquired one. An actual upgrade motor for the Stampede, which would allow you to retain a high rate of fire while going up to 12K. 12K might not even get you to that point. It might, but it might not, because I've never heard of anybody trying it, so I don't know that it's possible. If somebody has, feel free to put a link in the description to how it was done. 2. Would it be worth it to add a manual prime to a Stampede like the Vulcan has, and how would you go about doing that? Well, my knee-jerk reaction is no. The way the Vulcan works and the way the Stampede works, they're not just the same internals in 2 different blasters. They're very different internals. To do it, it actually wouldn't be that difficult, but making it accurate would be nearly impossible, because the bolt, the plunger is naturally caught. When it's just sitting there doing nothing, the plunger is caught. Rather than pulling the plunger back and then catching and then releasing, the way the Stampede works is the bolt is, or the plunger rod is caught, and it pushes the whole plunger tube forward. And then when it gets all the way forward, it releases. So all you would have to do is add a bar that was attached to it, which would be difficult because the Stampede doesn't have a bolt sled for you to attach a bolt to. But you would just have to force it forward, and when it reached all the way forward, it would inherently release. But at that point, you're basically building a Springer hamp, which is weird to say out loud, because you would push forward and it would fire, you would push forward and it would fire, you would push forward and it would fire, which would make it just horrifically inaccurate. But there isn't a way to have it, prime it and have it catch, and then you pull a trigger and release. The way the Stampede mechanism works, that just isn't possible. Without just completely redoing all of the internals entirely. And finally, question 3, how is your day going? Well, it's going about like this. And now, for the loot. This is actually the very first test of my new camera. I finally figured the time had come. After been doing this for 4 years, I should invest in a decent camera. So I got a Canon M50, and we're gonna see how it looks. Does it focus nicely? Focus. It kind of does. Yes. Yes, it does. Also, I don't know how the audio is working. It does have a built-in mic. We will see if it is any better, how badly it picks up the trains, how badly it picks up the sound of the doors of the shop banging in the wind. We gonna find out. But for now, we're going to read letters and open package. We have a letter here from Nerf Time with, I think it says Tom. We'll find out for sure. Dear Captain Xavier, you have been one of my favorite nerfers of all time. You have taught me many things, including what can take a K-26 and what can't. I also play with Lego, and you do too. Maybe in the future, I will send you some awesome 3D printed parts. Ooh, that would be cool. I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. Keep making awesome content. You won't stop making awesome content, so I'm not worried. Stay awesome. Nerf Time with Dom. Dom. Enjoy the patch. PBS. Or is it PSS? Or it's PPS. It's PPS. Postscript is what it stands for. This would be postscript. Wreck people with iron tier. I will, sir. What do we got? Nerf Time with Dom. It's a very, very simple but thoroughly functional patch. I like it. Nerf Time with Dom. Focus. You will focus. Focus? No? Maybe not. Still need to work out how this thing works. Anyway, Nerf Time with Dom. It will go on the patch wall. Right there. Lovely. Alright. Let's open a package. We have something here from Ian. It looks like Odell. There's a note. Did he send... Oh, he did, in fact. Good Lord. All right, then. Bangarang, oh good captain. You might not remember me, but you and I met at Tacoma Goodwill. You with Sergeant Deplorable and I with my dad as we were passing off the bulk of our collection of Nerf to you before the days of plague. I vaguely remember that. Oh, yeah. Okay, I remember now. It is my hope that one day I will still be able to visit your compound and produce my ideas of want. I apologize for my handwriting is jarring or bad. I'm more used to doing D&D character sheets by hand than handwritten letters, but I felt in the better options to do this. The contents of my box are... Train! Actually, I think I hear a plane going over. The contents of this box are such. A box of happiness. Hooray! Handmade card made by my mother. Should you wish, you may keep the cards, though I do encourage using them, sending them to whomever you so wish or want. I believe they have nothing written on the inside, so feel free to write something when you decide to send them out. If you wish to see more of them, feel free to look up Old Fellow Creations on Facebook. Old Fellow Creations. May your continued existence be ensured in these times of pestilence. Perhaps one day you and I may meet again. As always, good captain of captains, I wish you train. Lies. Bangarang until morrow, Ian Odell. Well, that is me. Let's take a look at the cards. Oh, those is fancy stuff. That one has a bad word written on it. Blessed are the curious, for they shall have adventures. Look at that. Wells Clock Repair. That is just some Shelley's Funeral Parlor. Don't give me attitude, I already have it. Those are really cool. I will definitely have to find excuses to send those to people to baffle them and amaze them, because those are, in fact, awesome. All right, let us see the happiness. Let us see it. What have I been given? It's a thing. Oh, Mandalorians. I don't think I had this one. I know I wanted it, but I don't think I had it, and now I do. That is awesome. That is going on the list of stuff to build. Yeah. That is classy. Good stuff. Well done. That is awesome. All right. We're off to a great start. Hopefully the camera is behaving itself. You behave yourself. All right. Got another one. Sounds broken. It's a stuff. Doesn't know. Dear Captain, I really enjoy your videos. I'm always planning on bringing this stuff to a local war, but who knows when the next one will be. Your last video you mentioned needing a bulldog, so here's one. Sweet. Also a whiteout night finder and some rockets. I was going to use, but not be ideal for younger kinds. Thank you again for the great videos. Look forward to battling again. Ivan Simitek Simison. Oh, I like it. P.S. I'm the one that has to bring my 5-year-old to games. He's almost as addicted as his father. Well, awesome. Bring him, start him young, I say. Oh, look at the rockets. Those look like they would not be pleasant to get hit in the face with. Oh, they come with flame stickers. More rockets. That's a lot of rockets. Okay, now I have to build a barrel for ire to fire these? I wonder if any of the ones I have would work. We gonna find out. Look at that. A whiteout night finder. There's one I didn't have. I don't have a night. I have the Maverick collection. I don't have a night finder collection. I may have to start the night finder collection. I don't know which ones. I've got most of them. I don't think I have. I might not have a clear or a clear green one. But I know I've got yellow and blue. Anyway, the whiteout one. That's in really good condition too. The paint's not marred. There's a hair involved here. They're here. Why is there? Little rockets. Tiny rockets. Those are adorable. There's a bunch of them. And some kind of, is this for this? Does this go in here? It does. Lovely. Well, now I have a bulldog. And I mentioned I wanted to do a minimized one. Take this off, get rid of that, and beef it up, because being 3 AR, it's fairly simple and reliable. You can get a fair amount of power out of it, and if you minimized it, it would probably fit in a decent size holster, maybe even a double AK pouch. Oh, if it did, that would make a great mega shield buster type blaster. Are you having focus issues, sir? I will. Is there a button for autofocus? Oh. Focus. 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 Oh. I can turn off autofocus. Maybe. We're gonna see what's going on now. Hopefully it hasn't been. We're gonna find out. Alright. Hopefully it's still in focus. One larger rocket and then a bunch of little bitty rockets. I would love to make something that fires them in a cloud. I'd have to, oh, that's gonna be fun. All right, excellent, excellent, most excellent, sir. Right, we have an extremely suspicious one here from Target. And I didn't order it, so I'm wondering what someone sent me from Target. And Lego. It's a bunch of Nerf. Ask and ye shall receive. So I've got a second new in-box bulldog, so I don't have to feel bad about mangling the one. Awesome, awesome. Don't send me any more bulldogs. I'm apparently set. And someone has sent me a ruckus, which I didn't have. I didn't have one of these, and now I do. So it will end up on the list for K26. I'll need to have something to go along with it. That belt-fed one that I can't remember the name of, from the Zombie Strike line, I think. I think that would be a good pairing with this one. So I'll need to get my hands on one of those. Which, now that I've mentioned it, I'll probably end up with 3 in the mail by the time I get around to it. But yeah, awesome. Ruckus, Bulldog. I will get around to doing that Bulldog minimization, since people have sent me Bulldogs aplenty now. Awesome. Was there a note? Was there a note? Who's responsible for this? Who? Explain yourself. Apparently, Dimitri. Dimitri is responsible for this. Dimitri, you're awesome. Know this. All right. We have one more package, and this one has crabs, which means it's from Boomstick, which means it's awesome. Dubious? Dubious. I am dubious. Sir, I am dubious. No. Notes! Notes on the top. What do we got? Aha! We have something for Beret. Read other side first. Dear Beret. That's not me. Captain. Dear Captain, as always, I hope this letter finds you well. In this box, you will find several Spring Thunder goodies for both you and Beret. I've also included one of my little Boomer knockout kits that I designed for you to review if you'd like. Going a bit stir-crazy and suffering from Nerf withdrawals, but I'm going to keep busy. Here's hoping for a better second half of the year. Maybe one day I'll make it out there. For now, I wish you the best. Sincerely, Boomstick. This fellow. This fellow. Good Lord. Good Lord. Good Lord. What's this? What are these? What's going on? Barrels, apparently. Barrels. Apparently, that's the stuff for me. And this is the, oh, those are pretty darn cool. Shells with him. Oh, he got him replacement goodies. That's nice of you. I don't know what some of this does. Good lord, there are so many shells in here. Yeah, and so many cut down darts. Alright, well that is awesome. I will put this in his P.O. box here in the maker's space. And bags, 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 and bags. Incidentally, if you weren't aware, you can send things, if you want to send something to Bray, send them to me. I have a P.O. box here in the maker space for him. Okay, so these must have been for him then, I assume. Alright, what did I get? I got gummies! Eating the gummies. Nom. Nom, nom, nom. More gummies, you'll wait. Done. I think perhaps one of these barrels is for me. I have no idea what's going on here. I would guess it's some sort of sealed breech kit. What? 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 Oh, shells with my name on them, with my mark. That is awesome. What? Right. Well, looks like we have 10 double dart, 10 triple boomco, 10 rival buckshot, 6 mega, short mega, 5 ultra, 10 dart, and 12 boomco. That is awesome. That is, good lord. That's an amazing spread. And, then we have all of this, which I assume is some sort of a kit for a thing, but I'm not entirely sure what. This suggests that it is in fact for the words escape me. Play. Knockout. Because those look like they would fit into the knockout, so I assume it's something that rechambers a knockout for possibly Boomco? I'm not sure what's going on out here. I will have to reach out to him and ask, because I have no idea where these parts go or how. But I'd love to do a review of it. So, yeah, stay tuned for that. I will figure out what on earth is going on here and let you guys know. Well, that's just neat looking. Alright, that's it for the loot for now, unless more loot arrives before I actually get around to doing the Q&A, which it probably will, because you guys are awesome and send me stuff. Onward. And now, one final package. Hopefully the footage from the previous stuff turned out well. I hadn't figured out how to use the camera yet. I think I've got the focus working now-ish. It's complicated. Alright, let's open it up. Dubious. And root beer peeps! Root beer peeps! Root beer peeps! Root beer float peeps. That is fantastic. I must try one. You will give me a peep. It does smell like root beer. Those are surprisingly good. Those are delightful. Now, whoever was responsible for this, I think it may say, see if I can find out. JP. JP has sent me root beer peeps, and they are awesome, and he is awesome. And that is it for this week. If you have questions that you would like answered, put them down in the comments section of this video, and they may get chosen for next time. As always, you guys are awesome, and thank you for watching.